Today we're gonna learn how to implement new intervals into your chords and your melodies to expand your harmonic arsenal. When we learn how to use new sounds, chords, intervals, techniques and so on, in the beginning we need to force ourselves to use them. It's just like learning to use nutmeg or rosemary. It's impossible to imagine a good scenario if you haven't used them before. So my way of learning how to use new spices is simply to add them to all the dishes I make. Unless it's fine dining, of course. What happens is that my taste buds develops. And by the time I get to the place where I know how it's gonna taste in my food, even without trying it out. Having a big toolbox and knowing when to use what is everything. You can get far with a hammer, but there is a limit. At some point it will get boring to always do the same. So today I'm gonna make a song where I will force myself to use the flat 6. So simply every time I have to make a decision, I will start with listening to how the flat 6 sounds. So by time I will understand what it does to me and I will incorporate it into my harmonic language. So I will start with selecting the beat because I have no clue about what we are gonna do. And it became 157. 157. Let's listen. It's fast, but everything can be fast and slow. So just like always, I will start with making a chord. And as always, you can go and check out my chord videos if you like. And I will start with selecting the first note that I like. I really like this. I will just listen and try to listen to it minor. And right now I will simply force myself to use the flat 6th. So that's 8 half steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then an octave up. So I need to decide if I want to go with the major or the minor. I actually really find it difficult to decide. This is like open and magical, and this is a bit sad. And okay, but I will stick with the minor. And let's try to use the flat 6. I think I'll just go with it. Let's imagine that this is the flat 6. So this is the 5th. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have no clue about how this is gonna sound, and that's why. It made me excited. Yeah, and I think if I would do another tune after this, I would actually try to use the same flat 6, but then try to make it a bit happy, just to like expand what the flat 6 actually does to the music. And this is a really good trick also, that I just take a very complex chord and then just move it half steps up and down. I really like the sound, and it's almost always a sound that I didn't think of. Okay, so I made a song using chords which I kind of forced the flats sixth into, and that made it become something that I have never made before. And everything kind of became new for me. I have never made a song that sounds anything like this. I have never written any lyrics that sounded like this. I have never been singing like this. And I really enjoyed it, even though it also feels very fragile, and I really don't feel like sharing this, but I guess I will do so if you watch this video. No matter if you're a pro or a beginner, this method is really, really good because there's always something to explore. Simply sit down and figure out what you usually do, and then bring an interval that you never use and then learn to use it. I don't think the music becomes better by using more different intervals, but I think the music becomes better when we get more engaged with what we do, when our curiosity is turned on, when we simply start to do because what the hell are we doing? Just like when I wrote these chords, I had no clue about where I was heading. I was just there trying to survive it, trying to make it something usable. And for me, that's maybe the most creative mode I can be in. It's just like when you're in danger, then you react in the most crazy ways, which is often the most appropriate way. And when we simply let go of thinking, then we are able to do much more than usually. So don't be afraid of learning, and don't be afraid of trying to do something you haven't done before. And instead, embrace all of your flaws, something where you actually are able to learn something new. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and consider to subscribe to my channel. It truly makes me happy when people do so. Enjoy. Some things change, today's a good day. The heaven is blue, blue as your kind eyes. It feels like dreaming, why else would I be happy? Some days everything seems like hell. And other days you forget to think about how wonderful you are. I'm so happy to be me. So relieved that I have the power to change. I'm so happy that you want to join me. Please come in and sit while we slowly tear down the walls. Share our deepest secrets. Let each other be free, free, just like butterflies. You fall, we fall, let's never fall again. The bells are ringing. It's time to rest our heads, fly up to the moon and down into the deepest river. Imagination is a weapon that can create dreams and relations. Do what you must do. Do what you really, really gotta do. Say what's on your heart. You're the words that prevents you from loving. Prepare to let go. Prepare to be free. It's such a wonderful day to feel the rain falling on your hair, sliding down your nose, down